Statues. They're a nice Terraria decoration item. Well, maybe not. So yeah, these gray sculptures, they're nuts. Here's why. There's an unbelievable amount of stuff that these things can pull off, so that's why I'm here today, to let you know. Okay, so the first place I want to start is very simply the farming of drops from the spawning of statues. For those who don't know, a handful of Terraria statues can spawn different critters or enemies. They're like Minecraft spawners, but wired, and you can pick them up. With the spawning of these little fellas, some of them can actually drop the stuff they normally would outside of the statues. A few of the ones like mimics, of course, don't drop anything, but others do, so I'm going to hit you with a bit of a list, and the visuals and stuff will show you the drops. Alright, here we go. The statue enemies that have drops include Hornets, Cave Bats, Harpies, Zombies, Medusas, pretty good, Eaters of Souls, great for armor, Piranhas, Sharks, Unicorns, good as well, Pigrons, Granite Golems if you need blocks, Imps, Undead Vikings, Hoplites, armor, Wraiths, Blood Zombies, Dripplers, Demon Eyes, Skeletons, Goblin Scouts, Slimes, and Jellyfish. So let me elaborate on some of this. A couple things I want to mention are that statue enemies do not drop goodie bags, presents, or money, but they do contribute to banner progress, which is super good for imp banners on For the Worthy Wall of Flesh especially. Also, most of the drops have drastically lower rates than when they're killed in the wild. Like for example, stingers are normally guaranteed from Hornets in Expert and Master mode, but from statues you need to kill around 15-ish per stinger. This goes for the rarer items as well, like how it took tens of thousands of eaters worth of testing to make sure I got all the drops. One last thing, these need to be killed manually, so lava or traps aren't going to cut it. And the other last thing, a lot of that info isn't directly on the wiki, so if you need a reference, this video will be here. And while you're at it, I know I'm a little late, but I'm still trying to catch up as much as possible in subs on Sabir, the other B-Cube. So go ahead and subscribe. Thanks. Alright, so next up on the statue agenda, it's impossible not to mention the weight that spawning your own enemies has. It's genuinely one of the most unique little mechanics that Terraria has to offer. And this isn't necessarily my area of expertise, so I'll show you some clips here, like how you can use statues for some casual invincibility. Yeah. Or maybe, you know, killing a boss in seconds with items that are easily obtainable at the correct place in progression. Or possibly killing a boss in under a second by maintaining a stagnant position of the horseman's play projectiles using precisely placed statues to take advantage of their targeting until enough are built up to one-hit the Emperors of Light. Wow, okay, wow. So yeah, statues are kind of insane actually. And for the last bit, I want to talk about some of the more niche-ish uses for Terraria statues, starting with the ones that spawn stuff that aren't critters or enemies. First off, the Heart and Star statues, which spawn little drop-offs of health and mana that you can pick up. These are pretty good for boss fights, so you can get a nice little refill midway through. Then we have the Bomb and Boulder statues, which spawn bombs and boulders respectively. And lastly, the weirdest one, King and Queen statues. They're pretty simple though. The King statue teleports a random male NPC to its location, and the Queen statue teleports a random female NPC. And of course they do nothing if you have no NPCs. The next category is sort of the miscellaneous category. They all do interesting stuff, but different from the others. Starting with probably the least known one, the Mushroom statue can actually glow. Then we got the Angel statue, which can be shimmered into an Aether monolith. And finally, the Bass statue from the desert gives a solid 5 defense when you stand around it. And that just about wraps up all the functional use of Terraria statues. Once again, go subscribe, and thanks to all the members on the left. Bye bye!